The airplane game is an application of game theory in a social network, or more formally, it's a multi-agent systems algorithmic game. In this game, there are 4 players: the traveler, the airplane operator, vendors and third-party entrepreneurs, and something called a true value calculator. The first player is a traveler who is sensitive to the value of his or her time. After all, time is the actual scarce commodity of which there is a limited supply. The traveler is also dissatisfied with the commercial airplane experience for many reasons, including the long lines, invasive security, layovers, tight connections, delays, and multiple points of discomfort. This traveler also needs to visit one or more non-hub locations and strongly objects to spending extra overnights for the purpose of accommodating this oppressive hub-and-spoke scheduling system. The second player is a private jet carrier. These are accredited small charter operators that meet or exceed all regulatory, safety, and service standards. They are commonly contracted by corporations, governments, and high net worth individuals, and they operate well-appointed turbine-powered airplanes from smaller airports. These carriers and these aircraft are fast, they're flexible, and they can operate out of 15,000 U.S. airports in a moment's notice. Vendors and third-party entrepreneurs may be a hotel chain or conference organizer, an event producer, or a corporation or manufacturer of any product or service that would facilitate the traveler's experience. Now, the True Value Calculator is a deep web search engine that scrapes data from many sources and calculates the true door-to-door cost of the private jet trip and compares that cost to alternatives like flying commercial or taking a train or even driving. The door-to-door cost will be influenced by how all the players play the game. Much like any social networking application, all the players, even competitors, are part of the same social network. Everyone has a profile that lists their knowledge inventory. These are the things that each of the players do best. We'll talk more about the knowledge inventory a bit later, since this is a critical part of how value is created. The game starts when everyone sets their filters to include what information they want to present to the game. Obviously, this starts with a passenger's intention to travel, but may also include information about anything that may happen in between, like ground travel, sites to visit, or personal interests. The True Value Calculator then provides a comparison of suitable transactions and compares those against all the alternatives. The game is now in play. Vendors will be able to offer financial incentives to the travelers, and the travelers will be able to request financial incentives from vendors before, during, and after the trip by putting more relevant information into play. All the game data are anonymized, since there's no real need to know who the players are except that the transaction was completed. So every time this game plays out, it generates a huge amount of data which can be used to make predictions about future games. Entrepreneurs will use these predictions to act in ways that will have an effect on the par value that is favorable to themselves as entrepreneurs. So something similar already happens with Google. A billion-dollar industry has arisen in the field of search engine optimization. Legions of SEO engineers make a living gaming the Google algorithm. The more they game it, the more information they deliver back to Google, who then improves the algorithm, which improves the game and the engineers playing it. So now Google Juice has value, and it trades like a currency that impacts linkages and behaviors in social media. Now, the same sort of activity will eventually form the basis of a social currency in this new type of social media game. So the following 10 scenarios describe some of the factors that may dominate the way the game is played.